So Anthropic just dropped something insane for Claude Code a couple of days ago. They just released Claude Code on the web. So you can now use Claude Code on your desktop app. You can now use it on your mobile phone, and it's all connected, and it's part of the cloud. Now, the obvious features, the obvious cool things about this is we can now code on the go. We can code while we're lying in bed. We can code on the toilet. We can code while we're waiting for our kid to get out of daycare. So you can freaking never stop coding now. And as someone who doesn't know how to code and owns an AI software business, this is a game changer for me. Being able to quickly pick up my phone and fix a quick bug for a client or implement a new feature. And I think that this marks really the future of coding, and this is what the future of coding is going to look like. But the coolest part is not even that you can code on the go. It's that you can now launch multiple agents in parallel that code for you while you're sleeping. And so you can launch freaking 10 agents at the same time to implement all different features of your application. You can launch them all to complete one task and just bang out a software real quick in a couple of hours. And so you are going to be able to vastly increase your output and your speed at which you are now adding features, fixing bugs, creating entire softwares, and this is pretty insane. And today we're going to test this out for the first time. So we're primarily going to be testing the new ability to whip up multiple agents and have them working in parallel. And there are two different ways that we're going to test that. The first way is with a tournament style. So I'm going to whip up 5 different agents. I'm going to give them all the same exact prompt, and I'm going to see if there is a clear winner between them. I find that if you give Claude Code a prompt multiple times, even if it's the same exact prompt, there is always some variation in the output. And so we're going to see how much variation there is between these different agents. And I find this to be useful if you want to get multiple different takes on one prompt and then find a direction you like best and then lean into that direction. So that's the first way that we're going to test it with a tournament. And then the second way is having multiple agents working in parallel. So we'll whip up 5 different agents. We'll each give them a certain feature to handle on the same application. In the end, we'll combine them all into the application. And if this works, this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing because this is just going to allow us to work so much faster, so much more efficient, and just to get things done a lot quicker. So without further ado, let's get into Claude Code. Okay, here we are in the Claude desktop app on the new coding UI. I got my GitHub repo loaded up. We are just going to spin up multiple agents to do something fun and simple, like a sales page, a landing page for a dog walking service. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty clean, a lot more similar to web apps like Lovable and Bolt. And I love this little guy right here that kind of runs away from your mouse. Just a nice little touch. So let's go in here. Let's spin up a prompt. Let's get the first agent working. We'll just copy and paste the rest, and then we'll see what happens. Create me a beautiful, modern landing page for my dog walking business. Make it look like Apple designed it. It was designed by a professional team of designers. Make it fluid. Do beautiful little animations that look smooth. Also, evoke professional copywriting to make it seem engaging, friendly, and like I sincerely care about their dogs. Like I am set apart from the rest because I love their dogs. I'm passionate about what I do, and they can tell that I'm in this because I love taking care of their dogs and their animals. Write a little story so people connect with me about my own life and my own dogs. We'll just go ahead and run that with the first agent. We'll have it start working here. Okay. Run that again. Okay, so we can see now that they're all working in parallel. We got this nice little animation to indicate that they're working, and they've each opened up their own session, and we can actually chat to them in here too to have to chat with them in the individual session. So we'll let them just do their thing and see what happens at the end. Okay, so they're all done now. That was honestly pretty fast. I have opened up all of the HTML files. I have not seen them yet, so let's look at them right now. So the first one, positive steps. I like the name. Looks like how I'd expect. Nice little story here. I told it just to make up a story, so it just made up a story for the copywriting. Nice little prices here. I mean, honestly, it looks pretty good. Like, Claude is pretty good. I don't know why this is way off to the left, so deduct points for that. But honestly, Claude has gotten pretty good at designing really nice looking landing pages. A lot of times they look the same, but honestly, this is passable. This is more than enough. Besides this little box to the left down here. Let's look at the second one. Positive walks. Okay, this looks pretty similar. It is different, but it looks pretty similar. I mean, it's the same exact prompt, and you know, Claude has its same tendencies. So slightly different. Okay, I don't think the section's in the other one. Don't know that took a little bit long to load. Okay, contact form down here, no pricing. So, you know, it looks like so far there's slight variation. Okay, this one's a little bit different. I think I like this one a little better. We're going with the positive theme. I mean, I like it. It's clever. I didn't choose dog walking. It chose me. Okay. Number 3 is winning so far for that line. You know, these are all going to be pretty similar. So let's see this one. Tail waggers went off the positive theme, where every walk in is an adventure. We really like this purple and pink gradient for some reason. That's just, you know, Claude's thing. So yeah, we have slight variation. I mean, for the most part, they're all pretty similar. I do like this one. That looks nice. Pretty simple. This one is actually, I don't know why we're off to the left again. I don't know why we're doing this. So, you know, just a little arbitrary test just to see how much variation is between this, and is this a real use case, you know? And all in all, I don't think, I mean, that wasn't very hard to do, and it gives us basically just a quick base to work off of. So we can easily select one of these, choose what we like the best, and work off of it. I think overall, I think I liked this one the best. So whoever you are, I think agent number 3, you have won the challenge. And so let's go on to the next thing. Running multiple agents in parallel, having them all working on different features, and probably a lot more of a practical example and something that you'll actually use. So real quick, I just opened up the Claude mobile app on my iPhone, and you can see these are the sessions that I just created on the desktop, which is so cool to me that we never have to stop vibe coding. We can vibe code 24/7 now. So I can actually go in here, continue working on that, you know, whatever I was working on here, and it's all cloud-based now. So honestly, I will probably be using the terminal very little now and doing most of the work on the cloud. But let's move on to the next use case, implementing multiple features with multiple agents. Okay, so this is a CRM I built for myself entirely with Claude Code. If you want to see the video of me building this live, I'll put it down in the link description below. But it's got all sorts of neat stuff. Like I have this little AI chat here, and I can ask it questions like, how many leads have I gotten today? And it should be able to tell me if it's working correctly. You've gotten 3 new leads today, which is accurate. I created some demo leads for the purpose of this demonstration. But I'm going to use the Claude Code web app. We're going to spin up 5 different agents, and we're going to all have them work on separate features for this application. So the first thing I'm going to add is just a little toggle at the top right for dark mode. So let's have the first agent start to work on that here in the right GitHub repo. Let's add a new feature. Add a dark mode toggle to the top right of the dashboard that switches the entire theme to dark mode. We'll just go ahead and run that. And then I want to add another feature that allows me to export all of my leads. Right now I can't export them. So we'll spin up another agent. Let's add a new feature to the leads page, a button at the top that an export button at the top that allows me to export all of my leads in a clean spreadsheet. Boom. Okay, let's add a confetti animation when I won a deal. So let's do that. Let's add a fun confetti animation when I change a lead's status to closed or won. That also triggers in the drag and drop pipeline to celebrate when I win a deal. Something else we could do is add a quick action widget to the dashboard. So let's do that. Add a quick action widget to the dashboard with some of my most used actions like add lead. Now, these are not the best prompts, but again, we're just kind of running fast here. We're just kind of running and gunning. Okay, then let's just add some like filters to our lead page so we can filter by like budget size. Here, let me go in here. So we can filter by like budget size, timeline, etc. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Let's add a filter. It looks like it's taking a bit long to load that. There we go. Taking a little bit long to load that last check. Let's add a filter section at the top of the lead page that allows us to filter leads by different categories, such as budget, timeline, industry, etc. Okay, so we're going to let these all work and just see what happens. Something we want to make sure we're not doing is we don't want to overlap them. So we want to make sure that we're working on separate features. You obviously don't want them working on the same feature at the same time because you could have conflicting code. But it looks like one of these is actually already done. So let's go ahead and test this real quick. Okay, let's go to our leads page. And yes, nice. We have an export button up here now. Let me click it, see if it works. Something did in fact download, and let's make sure that it looks correct. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and check on our next feature. Okay, they look like they're all pretty much done now, so let's preview the dark mode one now. Okay, so this branch failed to deploy to Vercel for some reason. So I'll just go ahead and copy the build logs and go back to Claude Code and that particular agent and tell it failed and get this thing to pass. Okay, so I told Claude that particular feature branch failed, so it's building it again, and let's hope it passes this time. Okay, the build did succeed, so let's go ahead and preview this. Oh, got to sign in again. Okay, so I got my dark mode button here on the top right. Let's see if it works. Okay, nice, not bad. It didn't change the color of this at all. Let's see if it works on the rest of the pages too. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Oh, okay. For some reason, it's not working all the way on pipeline. Analytics is a little wonky. Let's see if settings works. Okay, a couple of the pages a little bit wonky. So looks like leads and dashboards is fine. So I'll just troubleshoot this. I'll take some screenshots. I'll throw it back in that particular agent, and I'll have them redeploy this feature. Okay, I just realized it doesn't look like I can throw screenshots into the chat, into this particular Claude Code chat, which is a big problem because I use screenshots a lot to show Claude what it's doing wrong. So hopefully they add that soon, but let's see if I can get this fixed just by describing what is wrong, because I do rely on screenshots quite a bit. The dashboard page and the leads page look good, but the pipeline page doesn't look good in dark mode. Half of it is still in light mode and half is in dark mode. The cards at the top are in dark mode. The lead cards are in dark mode, but the font is still dark, so the font is not showing up correctly. But then the rest of the page is in white mode, including the side menu bar. So we need to fix this. The analytics page, it's the same thing. The cards are in dark mode, but the sidebar is in light mode still, and the background is in light mode. And also the font on most of the cards is still in dark mode, so it's hard to see. And then the settings page, same thing. All of the cards are in dark mode, but the left menu bar and the background are still in light mode. Okay, so we'll throw that in there, say fix this and redeploy. And while we're waiting for that, we will go look at another feature. Let's go look at the confetti animation. Okay, so the two errors that we had initially were the confetti and the dark mode. I got the dark mode to pass the second time by telling that particular agent, but it looks like the confetti is still failing. So once again, I'm going to just take these build logs and I'm just going to give this to the agent and tell it that the build is still failing. So we will go back to that particular agent. And we will say, I like this because like I'm a lot more involved. There's a lot more for me to do. I find myself with vibe coding when Claude's working on something long, I'm just kind of sitting there. So I feel a lot more engaged in this process. The build on Vercel is still failing. Fix this. Here are the logs. Okay, now while we're waiting for that, let's go preview another feature. So far we have previewed the dark mode, which is like half working. We have previewed the export, which did work fine. And now I believe we can preview, the lead filters and the quick actions. So let's go ahead and preview the quick actions real quick. See if this works. I'm gonna have to sign in again. Yep. Okay, so we do have our quick actions, but I hate the way that this looks. It's kind of just randomly, on the dashboard here, and it's pushing everything to the side, but let's see if it works. Okay, it's just refreshing the page. Yeah, the buttons are a bit strange. Send email. Schedule meeting. Yeah, okay, it seems like all of the pages, all of the buttons are just taking me back to the leads page. So we're gonna edit this because it's not working all the way. I'm gonna move it over to the left sidebar. I'm going to change the button colors because I think they're quite ugly right now. And then we need to make sure that these are actually working. Oh, I just took a screenshot and I forgot I can't take screenshots. Which honestly is a big problem. Like this would be perfect. Like I love it so far. Besides the fact that I can't take any screenshots. Go back to the dashboard widget. This is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So I can see the dashboard widget, but I don't love the way that it looks. Right now it's on the very right of the dashboard and it's pushing everything to the left. Let's relocate. Okay. Load that in. And now let's look at the, what was the last thing? Filters, the filtering option. So go ahead and look at that. Okay, deployments. Oh, looks like the confetti is working, so we'll look at that in just a moment. But let's go ahead. Where the heck is the frickin' filters? Right here. Okay, filters. Open that up. I will have to sign in for the 5th time. Okay, let's go look at leads. And nice. Okay, more filters. Let's see. All industries, technology, healthcare. So let me look at one of these demo leads just to see kind of. Oh, I don't think I have industry in here for some reason. Is that an optional field? I don't even have industry in the. Yeah, okay, I don't even have industry in the actual leads, but that's okay. Let's just try budget, 10 to 25K. Apply. No leads found. Okay, let's do 25 to 50K. Apply. Okay, looks like it seems to be disconnected. Let me just actually look at one of these leads real quick. 15K to 50K. That is quite the big range that they're not matching up. Is that why? Yeah, okay. So I have to go back because these budget items don't match up completely with the ones that I have. Let's see if any of these work. Minimum AI score. These should all still be in here. Okay, now they should all disappear if I throw in an 80. Okay, that's working. Any score? Let me try one more thing. Timeline. Can I filter by timeline? 1 to 3 months. Okay, so that's working. It doesn't look like the budget is working though. So, okay, let me actually check sources real quick too. Source, social media, source, referral. Let's go ahead and do referral. Okay, these both referrals, source, referral, source, referral. Okay, so it's mostly working. I think the only thing that wasn't working was the budget. Because it doesn't look like these numbers actually match up. 15 to 50K, 15 to 15K, 50K, and we don't have that in here. So let me go back to the agent. I would say this was mostly working. But yeah, let me go back to the agent and tell it. Okay, so just a review so far. Dark mode, half working. Exports, no problem. That worked. Quick action, half not really worked. Didn't like the location of it. Filters, I would say, is like 80% working. And then let's go look at the animation because this should be ready now. Okay, confetti. I hope this works. I really hope this works. Let's see. Yeah, sign in again. Okay. All this should be is just like when I move a lead to 1, it should just give me a little animation. Let's see. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Are you ready? Nice. Nice. Okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, simple feature, but that was pretty cool. Can I do that? Can I change the status on here? Okay, I believe I do have to drag them in the pipeline. That's something I will add in the future, but I would say that's a win. That's pretty cool. Let's see that one more time. Let's just see that one more time. I like that. That's the best feature so far. Let's do that one more time. Okay, I won all these suckers. Nice, pretty cool. So we had 2 features working out of the box. There was a failure with the deployment the first time with the confetti. But it works, and I have no issues with it. So let's go back and make sure the rest of the features work. Okay, quick actions. Let's go back into this and see if Claude fixed what we wanted fixed and made those changes. So it looks like the quick actions was relocated. It's quite ugly, to be honest. Did I tell it to fix it? Did I tell it to fix the actual functionality? I honestly don't remember. But it looks like that still needs to be done. So a couple things. I'm just going to space this out a little bit more. I think it looks fine how it is. It's not terrible. It is disappearing when I go to other pages, which we'll fix as well. So let's go back and fix this one. The window, the quick actions, was relocated correctly. It's at the bottom left of the menu, but the buttons are stacked right on top of each other with no spacing, so they're all blend into each other. Let's space them out slightly. Also, they disappear. This menu disappears when I click on any other page. Let's have it stay persistent across the entire website, just like the rest of the menu items. And lastly, the quick actions are not actually working. So when I click add a lead, it just refreshes the dashboard. When I click send email, it takes me to the leads page. And then when I click schedule meeting, it again takes me to the leads page. So let's have add lead open up the modal to add a lead. Let's have send email open up a window to send an email. And then let's have schedule meeting open up a window and prompt me to schedule a meeting and make sure everything is working correctly. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go see if dark mode is working correctly now on all of the pages. Man, I'm freaking signed in 1,000 times. Let's press this button. Boom. Dark mode looks good. I don't know why that didn't load all the way. Let me try refreshing the page. Something is going wrong now with the... Does it have to load? Yeah, okay. It's not working for some reason. That's weird. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like we caused another issue. But I'll turn this on. Let's just see if it fixed those pages. So leads looks good still. Pipeline, it's still these cards in the back that are not working. Analytics looks good. Settings looks good. Okay, so dark mode is almost there. We just need to make sure that these different lead stages are in dark mode. And then the freaking dashboard is not loading anymore for some reason. And I don't know why. I don't know why dark mode would affect that. And I didn't tell it to do anything with the dashboard because the dashboard was fine. So I don't know why this wouldn't be working now. So let's go back to that agent and tell it. Okay, we're almost there. But now for some reason, the dashboard is not loading correctly. Okay, we're almost done. I mean, honestly, are we getting more done than if I were just working on these tasks individually just in terminal with Claude? And I think we are. I think we are moving faster despite having to do some debugging that I would probably have to do anyways if I were just working with one agent at a time. So let's go back and test. I believe we have one more thing to test. We have to make sure that the filters are filtering out correctly. Lead filters. Let's go back here. Okay, and I think that, oh my goodness, I keep forgetting. Okay, so I think that this was working like 80%. Okay. I don't know why this is not signing me in now. I've just typed this password in 50 times. Okay, I am very confused right now. I'm pretty sure this is the correct password because I've been typing it in nonstop. Okay, we had 2 fails on. Things are starting to catch on fire. Okay, so we had, I can't log into the lead filters one for some reason. And now we're having 2 failed builds on the quick actions and on dark mode toggle for some reason now. Dark mode was fairly simple. I don't know why it's failing now. But let's go ahead. So a couple of issues we need to fix. I need to figure out why I can't log into this one, and I need to go fix the build errors on this. So we'll go copy the logs, go back to that particular agent. Which one was this? This was the quick actions, right? Yeah, implement quick actions. Okay, this was the quick action one. Let's go back, throw these build is failing now. Fix this. Now let's go back to dark mode, copy the logs, and let's figure out why I can't sign in to that other branch. Okay, we are in again. I was able to sign in. I was not using the wrong password. There was just an issue from with Supabase from trying to sign in too many times. So here we are on the dark mode branch. So let's just test it and make sure everything is working correctly. The dashboard is loading now. Leads looks good. Pipeline looks good. Analytics looks good. And settings looks good. So we can check this feature off of our list. Quick actions looks a little better. They're spaced out now. Let's make sure they actually work. Add lead, brought up the lead modal. Send email, email modal. Schedule meeting, meeting modal. Nice. Now let's make sure they're persistent across all the pages. Sweet. Okay. Well, it was persistent on leads, but not pipeline or analytics. We don't need it persistent on settings, but, you know, just to make sure everything is cohesive, let's just go back and tell that agent that we need on pipeline, analytics, and settings. But for the most part, it's looking pretty good. Okay, and lastly, so we have our confetti animation working. We have our dark mode toggle working. We have our quick actions working. And we have our export button working. Now, lastly, let's just make sure that our filters are working correctly. And the thing that we needed to filter last time was budget. So let's just make sure 5 to 15K. Okay. Oh, maybe it was 15 to 50K. That wasn't working. Okay, it is working. Yeah, it is working. So let me just double check and make sure. 15 to 50K and 15 to 50K. So all of our features are pretty much working. I just have to do that last quick little fix and make sure the quick actions are showing up on all the pages. But now we can merge all these features to the main branch and just make sure they all work well together. So we have merged all of the branches to the main branch, and pretty cool. We can see in Claude Code that they all tell us they're merged right here. So let's go back to Vercel and just make sure that everything is working correctly on the main branch. Open that up. And yeah, okay, so we got our quick actions down here. We got our dark mode. It relocated it for some reason, but still looks fine to me. Yep, that is working. Let's see. Yep. I mean, cool. Everything looks pretty functional still. Leads. Make sure we have our export button. We have our filters. And then last but not least, our little closed animation. So let's see if I move this back and move it. Nice. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see if this works in dark mode actually. Go back. Nice. So everything is working. So all in all, I am very excited about this new Claude Code ability to run multiple agents in parallel. Is it perfect? No. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You saw me struggling a little bit there, and the agents definitely didn't nail it first try. So at this point, you probably wouldn't just be able to set them up overnight and have it done completely perfect in the morning. There are still going to be kinks. You will still have to do some debugging. But this is just the beginning, guys. I mean, this whole space, the ability to vibe code is so new, and it's already pretty dang good. So I am very excited for the future of vibe coding and very bullish on Claude Code. And I will probably be doing 90% of my coding with the desktop app and with the mobile app. Now, I probably won't be touching the terminal too much anymore, just because I can run multiple agents in parallel. And even though we ran into some issues, I do believe that it will allow me to work much faster. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video down below. I'm making plenty more Claude Code content. Once I nail down a workflow, I'll be making a video on the best workflow to run multiple agents and to get projects done faster. So if you want more Claude Code videos and vibe coding videos, please consider subscribing down below. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.